Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing some records that have been very hard for me to find that have finally come my way. I have also upgraded my stylus from an Ortofon red to an Ortofon blue, and I'm going to let you know if I think it was worth the extra money. And also I'm going to show you a fabulous VCLT package that I received from Billy Hurst. Also, if you notice in the background, I've got a couple of Rush records. I'm wearing a Rush t-shirt. This past weekend, it was very sad. We lost Neil Peart. So, I really hate that we're losing some of our most wonderful and treasured artists. Anyway, the band of Rush and the family of Neil Peart are in my thoughts and prayers. Let me go ahead and get started with the records I'm going to show. The first one I want to show is a record that I have been wanting for a really long time, and I could buy the reissue of, but for some reason I just wanted that old first press. And I've seen it go for $125. I've seen somebody ask $175. Too rich for my blood for this one. But I was able to find it. I went to St. Augustine, Florida, into Tone Vendor. Found it there for $50. And it is Etta James At Last. This is a beautiful copy in really good shape, and this came out in 1960, 61, so I was just absolutely thrilled to find a first press. Her voice sounds absolutely incredible. You just cannot go wrong with these really old records. It's a very thick and beautiful record. It's on Argo, this beautiful teal and gold label. Her songs are killer. Of course, At Last is amazing, but there's so many great songs on here. This was something that I had been wanting for a long time, and I was absolutely thrilled when I found it. This one also came from Tone Vendor in St. Augustine. It is Jade Warrior. This is a progressive rock band. This album came out in 1971, and the members of Jade Warrior came out of a band called July, which was a psychedelic band, which I'm now going to be on the hunt for. And this was a really great album, heavy in incredible drums, their beautiful tribal drum sound. There are incredible guitars. The guitars are my very favorite. A lot of flute. Just a beautiful progressive rock album. You have to listen from front to end. Just beautiful and incredible. And I was thrilled to find this at Tone Vendor. When I took it up to the counter, it was a blind buy for me. But the guy checking me out said, "You are going to love this album. It's a really good choice." And I was able to find it on the beautiful Vertigo Swirl label. So anyway, very happy to have Jade Warrior in my collection. And finally, another record that I was really excited to find. This time I found it at Jacksonville, Florida at Wolfson's. I love that store. Anytime I'm anywhere near there, I have to go. The owner is so kind to me. He's just a really nice man. And I found this record. This is something that that feeling when it's something you've been looking for and you've been doing some record hunting and you're digging and all of a sudden you find it, that feeling you have. And this is Styx. This is the original master recording of The Grand Illusion. If you've watched my channel for very long at all, you know I absolutely love that album. I bought my first copy, a US press, for $1, and I have gotten my money's worth out of it. But I always thought if I ever run into the original master recording, I would be absolutely thrilled. And this is in beautiful condition, and it sounds really great. I'll show you the record. This is my favorite Styx album by far, although there are a lot of great ones. This is just something very, very special for me. And also, I want to discuss what I got for Christmas. I was opening a big package that quickly turned into a very small package. And when I saw the small package, I immediately thought I'm getting a ring or I'm getting some diamond ear studs, just something like that. I got something even better. This is the Ortofon Blue. I had an Ortofon Red, and I knew I wanted to do an upgrade at some point, and thankfully now I was able to do that. And it was just something I did a video showing my stereo equipment, and I did ask so many of you to leave comments if you suggested if you thought the red to the blue would be worth the investment. And so a lot of you agreed and said, absolutely, if you can swing it, go for it. So let me just discuss this a little bit. First off, I immediately put it on, changed out the stylus, and I put this album on because this was something that I had gotten recently that I was very excited about. I wanted to hear the original master recording of The Grand Illusion on an upgraded stylus. So what did I think? Well, immediately I noticed that there was a tighter bass, better drums. I felt like the cymbals more poured out more in a way that I had never heard it, from before. I also, when I first got this album, was a little disappointed in the sound of the vocals. I thought they were a little buried. I feel like the Ortofon Blue brought out those vocals in a really big way. So that was exciting to notice as well. And, I just thought also we had been listening over the holidays. We've been listening to Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas, over and over again. So after we had been listening to it all through the holiday season, we immediately put that on to listen to it. And we could tell just a really huge difference in the sound. And I'm not saying an Ortofon Red sounds bad, because obviously it sounds good. I had been listening to that for a very long time and liked it. But now that I have the Ortofon Blue, it was just a step up. It is a bigger difference. It really is. And I guess the best way to describe it is just a more accurate representation of if the band was performing live in front of you, what you would hear. So, I give the Ortofon Blue a big thumbs up. Don't hurt yourself financially to get it. If you can swing it, swing it. It's worth it. So that is what my thoughts on the Ortofon Blue are. And now I want to show some amazing VCLT that I have received from Billy Hurst. So let me go ahead and get started and show it to you. First off, I got this wonderful little cassette. This is his album, Small Town Fool, and he autographed it for me. I don't even have a cassette player, but I think it's so cool to own his cassette. I was absolutely thrilled with that. An autographed CD of Small Town Fool, and I have a CD player in my car. That's the only place I have a CD player anymore, but it's great to have for the car. Here is the 2001 Even the Wind by Billy Hurst, and he signed this one too. This is a great album. And he also sent along some amazing 45s for my jukebox. He sent me so many that I'm just going to show you what my personal highlights are, but there's so many great ones. He just was so generous with me on this. Golden Ring by George Jones and Tammy Wynette. This is a really good one too. Hard Candy Christmas by Dolly Parton, backed with Me and Little Andy. I love both of those songs. Here is one called Time for Me to Fly by REO Speedwagon. And I think everybody, if you're my age, has probably cranked that one up after a breakup when we were teenagers. So Time for Me to Fly by REO Speedwagon is awesome. And this one's really cool. Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55. As big of a Van Halen fan I am, and Sammy Hagar, I really love his voice. I don't have a lot of Sammy Hagar, so this was really cool to get. And this was probably my favorite out of the whole bunch. It was something I was actively searching for. I love it. Purple Rain, Prince and the Revolution. This is Let's Go Crazy backed with Erotic City. Erotic City is a guilty pleasure for me. I just love that song, love the music of it. It's just incredible. And he sent me a ton of 45s that I didn't have a single one of them. So thank you so much for those. This is something that really touched my heart. I saw this on other channels and I had always wanted it. This is the vinyl copy of Billy Hurst's Small Town Fool. He personally signed a beautiful, just a really sweet autograph for me, personalized it. And this is really his album. First off, his voice is amazing. We all know him as an incredible record collector and music enthusiast, but he's a musical artist. He is absolutely incredible. His voice is great. His songs were amazing. The songs that he sang on here, I really love. The Big One Got Away, Small Town Fool is incredible. What Happened to Our Love is absolutely beautiful. Just a wonderful blend of ballads and just really cool country tunes. And it's just everything I loved about the early 90s, Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Alan Jackson. He fits right in with all of those wonderful artists. And this is a really great album. It's a 2 LP set, and it has some really cool labels on 180 gram vinyl. So I have really been enjoying this. This is a really killer record, and like I said, I've seen it on other people in the vinyl community. I've seen it on their channel, and I've always just thought it would be really cool to own. So thank you so much, Billy, for that. And that was one package, and then this past Friday, I wasn't even expecting it, and a package showed up at my front door. I opened it and immediately gasped. I couldn't believe it. This was a record that I had seen Billy Hurst show recently, and I commented on how cool it was. I still can't believe he found it because it's something I have never seen out in the wild. It is Kiss, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits from 1988. I had the cassette of this when I was young. You know, I wore it out. I had a 1979 AMC Spirit that I paid every penny for by myself back when I was 16 years old. Anyway, I was driving back and forth to work at that time and listening to Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. I loved it. There's a couple of new songs on here that they did that were really pretty good. Not my favorites, but Paul Stanley was doing everything he could to keep Kiss alive, and you know, I just really respect him for that. The song on here that was really means a lot to me was the song Beth, and it was sung by Eric Carr, their drummer at the time, who died back in 1991. My memories of this, and Kiss experts, if you know, someone knows why they decided to have Eric Carr sing the vocals of this and to put this on this album, please let me know. I just remember going to concerts and a couple times the members of Kiss asking what we want to hear. And I just remember the crowd just overwhelmingly, you could hear very clearly, they wanted to hear Beth. And the band would play a few notes of it and then just immediately move on to something else. They just didn't want to play that song. That was a part of a past that they were trying to get away from. And, you know, Peter Criss, who was no longer in the band, is the one who sang it. So it really meant a lot to me that they put an Eric Carr version of Beth on here, because I felt like that was the way for them to acknowledge to their audience, yes, we know you love this song, and here it is. Here's our now version of it. And Eric Carr sang it very well. He did a very good job. He kept it really close to the original. He doesn't have that rasp in his voice that Peter Criss has, but he did a very respectable job, and I always enjoyed it. This is the only way you can get that version of Beth by Eric Carr, as far as I know, unless there's a CD or something that has come out with it on there. So that meant the world to me to be able to have a copy of that again. And what's funny about this album too is I can go into a room and immediately forget what I went in there for, but when I put this on, I probably haven't heard it in nearly 30 years. Suddenly, I knew what song was coming on. I could hear it before it started playing. Isn't that amazing? That's what music can do. So, very happy to have this. Here is the record on this Mercury label. He got me a beautiful copy of it. I also want to point out it is a gold stamp promo. I always think of Peaches when I see a gold stamp promo. Peaches is the one who really encouraged me to start doing videos, so I'll always be thankful and have gratitude for that. Here's the inner sleeve for it. It has all the words, because everybody wants to know the lyrics of the genius song, Let's Put the X in Sex. It's just absolutely incredible. So anyway, this is a really great album. Thank you so much, Billy. And I just want to share one more thought about Billy, and I hope I don't embarrass him. But I know I've been watching videos for a very long time, and there was a guy, and he hasn't done a video in well over a year, but his name was LJ, and his channel was Biocyte, B-I-O-C-Y-T-E. I watched many of his channel videos, showed his collection of the Rolling Stones, Kiss, Pink Floyd, Beatles. He has the Beatles collection, and he's just a really great personality. I know that he inspired a lot of people who started making videos before I did. He inspired them to make the videos. He inspired their record collections, and Billy is my LJ. Just amazing personality, shows the best records, inspires me to go out and look for things that I want in my collection. And just the fact that I'm able to correspond with Billy and consider him a friend is just a true honor for me. So thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments below and subscribe. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.